I swear I didn't think I had this many books to include in this haul, so I probably should have done this sooner. Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm doing what I'm going to call the fall book haul, because most of these I've had for a bit. Some of them I got a little more recently, but I had been meaning to film a book haul and I hadn't. So some of these you may have seen me talk about already, even though they haven't actually been hauled, in a haul video yet. So that's definitely a possibility, but I'll probably end up doing a different one for like a holiday book haul, from books from like gift exchanges, gifts from family, friends, that kind of thing. So I'm like, you know what, let's just go ahead and do this. So this is actually going to be split up into two parts, one video, I should say. This isn't that long of a book haul, but I have a whole bunch of self-pub / review copies, and then I have just other stuff that I have picked up, so we will jump into those. And like I said, some of these you will have probably seen me mention, and some I mentioned in my winter TBR books I'm planning on getting to, but let's jump into it. So first, we have Becoming a Druid and To Speak with Elders by Mike Mullman. So these were sent to me by the author as review copies, and so at this point, I have these, and I also have the ebooks, because he had them out on a sale for free, and so I'll be able to hybrid read these, and they're not super long either, and so I definitely will be trying to get to these, and I'm pretty sure that Andrew read Becoming a Druid and liked this one, so pretty excited. But the nice, very classic looking kind of fantasy covers always immediately piques my interest. These ones sent though, so definitely ones that I will be looking to get to. We have Listful Ascending by Jcmberne. So this is funny because I'm calling it a review copy, but the author actually bought this off my wish list because they apparently were looking and saw I had their book on it, and so decided to pick it up. This is supposed to be like a kind of like superhero space opera or sci-fi type of thing. So it seems like it's going to be really interesting, and I'm just so curious because I know a lot of people have been really liking this one. So excited to get to that at some point as well. Next up is The Tome of Heron by Damian Francis, and this it was also a review copy sent to me by the author. This one he actually shipped physically from Australia, and so it took a while to get here, but it finally did get here as well. But this is about a magical book that is The Tome of Heron. And kind of interesting cover here. This one though is, and I'm hoping to get to this soon. This is going to be, I think, the next actual review copy I pick up, so hopefully soon. It's almost 600 pages though, and it's very small. So sometimes you see a book like this, you're like, oh, it didn't need that page count. Like, no, this needed the page count, so this one might take me a little bit to read, but I am really interested to try it out. And then next up, and these ones I won't spend as much time on because not only have I talked about them, I did shorts or actually have reviews out for them, but we have Deathless Beast and Bone Shroud by Andrew D. Meredith. So I do have a review out for Deathless Beast. Absolutely love this one, and I'm currently reading Bone Shroud. I wanted to be done with this a while ago, but I ended up having to put it down for a bit, and I've gotten no reading done in the last week and a half, 2 weeks. My pace has just completely crashed because of some stuff I had going on, and so I wanted to be able to just sit back and enjoy this, and I had some other things I needed to get to, so I'm eagerly awaiting. It was the worst possible time to put this book down too, but I'm eagerly awaiting to get back to Bone Shroud, because I'm definitely wanting to finish that, and so I'm planning to finish that before I start a different physical book, and I have some other physical books, so December was supposed to be a good reading month. It's been a terrible reading month for pace. Books I'm reading, great. Pace, not so much. And then we have Blood of the Spear by Mark Timony, and this one also, I had the ebook for forever, and the author sent me this one, and then I read it, and I really enjoyed this, and this was such a fun book. Also have a review for this. I showed off the really cool physical book there as well. So another one I've talked about, but I hadn't actually, I don't think, mentioned in a haul video, so there you go. It has been officially hauled. Let's move on then to just the other miscellaneous thing I have. And I have a couple, well, only one's the small mass market paperback, but I try not to buy these much anymore because I don't tend to use them a whole lot. But I picked up Elminster, The Making of Mage at my half-price books because I very specifically, and just look at this. Look at this cover, for one. It just looks really fun. I don't know what's wrong with the kid's face and the mage's eyes, but Liam from Liam's Lyceum has spoken really highly of this one, and I've still not tried a ton of Forgotten Realms novels, so I was really curious to just give this one a shot, so I picked that up. I happened to find Making Money, which is one of the Discworld books I actually didn't have yet, because I have most of them at this point. I've got a pretty good collection going. And then what I thought was really cool, and it'll be a while before I get these, because I haven't even actually finished the original, the Rift War trilogy, but I got these, which are Legends of the Rift War. So we have Honored Enemy, we have Murder in Lamut, and we have Jimmy the Hand. And so these are like kind of, and I knew these existed, but I guess I was thinking they were like novellas or something. But these are, they take place like during the first Rift War, so during the trilogy. And it looks like each of them has a co-author with Raymond Feiss. So we have William Forkston, Joel Rosenberg, and S.M. Sterling. So these I just thought would be kind of cool and add. I still, like I said, need to actually finish that trilogy, because I still haven't read anything beyond Magician, which I really liked, but we'll get there. We'll get there. And then another one that I did mention in my winter TBR that I would like to get to is the Oleander Sword by Tasha Suri, and this is the sequel to the Jasmine Throne. Jasmine Throne was one of the earlier e-arcs I ever got for NetGalley, and I did do a review for that a while back, and I was pretty interested, and I had completely kind of forgotten about this series in general until I saw this when I was out book shopping, and I'm like, oh, yeah, why not? I'll grab that, because I was curious to see where this one goes. I wasn't like crazy about the first one, but the world building and the magic I thought was really, really interesting, and so I was definitely curious enough to continue and see if this one bumps it up a notch even from there. And let's see what else. So then we have Shards of Earth by Adrian Tchaikovsky. And I bought this because I thought it was Children of Time, even though it's very clearly not Children of Time. But in my head, I was thinking that Shards of Earth was the book that I thought was Children of Time, so I picked this up. So I will still try to read this. I actually haven't read any Tchaikovsky yet, and so I have some of his fantasy stuff too. But we'll that's why I picked that one up. So that was kind of that was on me. And then I happened to pick up the Bone Shard Daughter by Andrea Stewart. I believe this one just finished recently, and I know I've heard really good things around Discord, so I thought this would be a fun one to pick up. It's another pretty nice and chunky one, though. So between this and Bone Ships, I also think I have like Bone Maker, so I have a lot of bone-related books that I need to read now, but we'll just add that to the list, I guess. Adding to my collection, these I got from Book Outlet at some point, adding to my collection of these Paper Mill classics. We have The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, which is really short, which is crazy because I've read some Robert Louis Stevenson before, and he's usually a little more long-winded, but this is really short, so maybe I'll actually get to that one. I have a ton of these I've collected, and I've read like none of them, so. But I like them. They look nice on my pretty shelf over there. And then we have Robin Hood by Henry Gilbert, and this one's a little bit longer, but most of these books aren't crazy long. They just look nice. I like this one too, especially with the different bits of green. So I'll grab those when I see them to like add more for shipping. I haven't really ordered from Book Outlet in a while though, because they stopped packing things well, but after a disastrous order I got from them, they gave me a bunch of credit, and so I'm like, well, I'm gonna at least use that. And so I did. Next up, just shortly after hearing Andrew just rave about it, I happened to come across The Winter King by Bernard Cornwell. And so I know he did the audio and really liked it, but again, this is in pretty good shape. And you can, I don't know when this one was actually published or if this is a first edition, but it definitely looks a little bit older. And so let's look really quick, because now I'm curious as I say that. It doesn't look like it's a first edition. It doesn't have the 1 in it. So, I mean, this is a later edition, but it still looks like this was maybe, I don't know, published sometime in the 90s. So it's, anyway, older and pretty good condition. And I do like me some King Arthur stuff, and Andrew had raved about that one, so I was pretty excited to grab it. Then continuing to buy very late Rift War hardcovers when I come across them. I got Magician's End, which is Book 3 of Chaos War. I'm pretty sure I actually have one of the other Chaos War books. I believe. And then I think I have a different book that's from a different... Yeah, I have some of his other books for this one, but this is Chaos War, and so I believe this is like a really late... Actually, I think this is the last Rift War book, maybe? So relatively new, but I'm like, hey, you know what, I'll pick it up. I've been collecting those in hardcover when I find them, just so that when I get to them, because I had some trouble with the older ones. So grab it, and then... just rubbing salt in the wound that I haven't actually read the rest of this series yet. I got Discord of the Gods. It's where the gods chat about books, actually, is the Discord of the Gods. So I should change the name of our Discord to the Discord of the Gods whenever I actually get around to reading this. But this is by Jen Lyons, and this is, I think, the last book in A Chorus of Dragons. I remember the series name this time, A Chorus of Dragons. I have all 4 other books of this series. I read the first one, and I liked it, but I wasn't really fully sure how I felt on it, but I was definitely curious, and I knew I was going to read the rest, so I keep collecting them, and I still haven't actually gotten to book 2, which is The Name of All Things. So hopefully I'll get to it soon. I actually had heard very few people ever talk about this series, and then recently I saw at least 1 or 2 people, and I can't remember who it was, in our Discord talking about it as well. It's just like... keeps reminding me, I need to just get to it. So, sometime next year, I'm gonna read that series. Even if it kills me, I'm gonna read it along with all a million other things. But I definitely need to probably make a video of priority series for 2023 as well, and try to get some sort of order in the chaos. But so that is it. So like I said, not crazy, but I had a lot of books. Like I said, some were just review copies I hadn't shown yet, or just other books that I bought myself. And then it's just the books that I've been having. Like I said, I'll probably do another smaller one. I'm trying to not wait until I have so many books that it's going to take half hour to 40 minutes to do an actual book haul video, because it's a little excessive. But so yeah, I'll definitely probably do one after the holidays. And go from there as well. But that is it for this one. So let me know your thoughts on any of these books, because there's a lot of great ones. I've read some, and I'm really excited to get to most everything else here. Let me know your thoughts on any of these books. I'd love to see it down in the comments if you read them, or if there are other ones that you want to read, let me know. Make sure to give the video a like if you enjoyed it. Check the link in the description, as always, for those who do a Discord. If you want to chat books, whether these books, other books, any books, really anything at all, it is a lot of fun, and we would love to have you. And of course, if you enjoy my content, make sure to subscribe.